I say no spoilers in the title, but if you haven't seen the movie yet and don't want to know anything going in, you probably shouldn't be watching videos about it. That being said, this video contains no spoilers for the plot and story of the movie. Out of context, I bet Infinity War would be a bloated, confusing mess of incomprehensible action beats, comedic banter that doesn't make any sense, and just a whole lot of who's that and what's that and where's the one with the glowing thing, or was that the other one with that other glowing thing. Just, $300 million worth of bashing attractive people into spaceships and aliens into walls. Like Justice League. But we're not living in an out-of-context world, are we? After seeing the previous 18 MCU movies, most of them more than once, Avengers Infinity War is holy shit. Look, I don't know if this is what Kevin Feige had in mind 10 years ago when Iron Man came out, but holy shit. Here's the thing, as its own thing, as one movie, Infinity War is probably garbage. But Infinity War isn't one movie. It's a 2.5-hour third season finale of the most expensive series ever made. One where a season takes up to 4 years and costs about $1 billion. Marvel spent a decade, 18 movies, something like 36 hours of finished film and billions of dollars building up their world, the characters, and the lore, so they could make a movie where an unprecedented cast of characters can fuck shit up in an unprecedented scale for 150 minutes at a dizzying pace, while everything still makes sense both logically and emotionally. Avengers Infinity War is, please excuse the pun, a marvel of modern cinema. Anyone tells you otherwise, they're objectively wrong. There's never been a movie like this before. It's actually kind of impossible to even review Infinity War like you would any other movie, since you need to see anywhere between 10 and 18 movies to even understand what's going on. Even so, there are reviews aplenty by now. Browsing Rotten Tomatoes, it seems all the negative reviewers can say is that there's too much of it. Sure, it's a lot. It's a movie about something like 17 characters who could all lead a franchise, all crammed into one big WrestleMania free-for-all. I understand how that can get confusing and overwhelming. But that's what the other 18 movies are for. Infinity War doesn't stand alone or even as a part of a trilogy. It's the culmination of a decade of character and world building. If you haven't been watching, this isn't where you should start. When the credits started to roll, some kids actually left the theater. You should know by now not to leave your goddamn seat when the credits roll in one of these things. Honestly, if you don't know that much, maybe you shouldn't be watching the 19th movie in the series. It's not James Bond. Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't be so hard on these kids. They were like 3 years old when the first one of these things came out. Anyway, if you haven't seen, at the very least, most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, either start watching or don't bother with Infinity War. I don't want to hear any of that it was too much of everything if you haven't put in the time to understand what's going on. That would be just like watching the last episode of Game of Thrones and saying you didn't like it because it was confusing. If you're looking for a review, I'll give you this. Infinity War is a great season finale to the MCU, which, as a whole, is a true joy. Infinity War, like the whole series, is a big theme park ride with just enough comedy and emotional sincerity to keep you invested and not leave you numb from forced plot devices and miserable violence. Like Justice League. Oh, and stay until the end, will ya?